it feels like it's just been so long that we've been specifically focusing on the cringe under the Disney umbrella, almost exclusively over on the Lucasfilm side of things. It's just nice to just run back an old topic from last year. Not a lot of carryover. Most of the stuff that was cringe in 2023 has just kind of stayed in 2023, but the gift that keeps on giving, because we know it has a release date of March 2025, and well, they're still scrambling to try to meet that in the form of the live action Snow White film. And brother, they're reshooting it again. How expensive is this film ultimately going to be? Is this going to be another $400 million disaster? I thought Disney was focusing on quality, not quantity, but maybe they're really just trying to get this one right. Because Gal Gadot appears to confirm rumors of new Snow White reshoots after the film was reportedly testing poorly and a mess. Yeah, because we've heard from a couple of different sources, the people who had access to the test screenings going, oof. Yeah, if you thought Rachel Zegler's public comments were bad, you gotta wait to see this film because it's a train wreck. So yeah, kind of looks like those guys were true. And once again, they were honest. Actress Gal Gadot, is that what you call this Israeli plank of wood? Who is slated to play the evil queen in Disney's upcoming live-action remake of Snow White, appeared to confirm rumors that the film is doing even more reshoots. Holy crap. Like, you would think, man, wouldn't there be somebody in the marketing department knowing that this film is going to be DOA? Like, why would you even bother wasting any more time? Either, Batgirl it by just doing away with it, or just trying to cobble together what you have, throw it up on D+, because unless you're going to reshoot it with a new Snow White, nobody's going to care about this at all whatsoever. Because even just the general memeability of the lack of talent that Gal Gadot has, that's not going to make this profitable. Okay, that's not going to be able to wash off the stink of, well, that was 85 years ago. It's weird. Whatever, if they cut out one of our co-hosts, that's just, one of our co-stars, because that's just showbiz, baby. This film was supposed to be released, okay? This was supposed to be released this past March. But thanks to Rachel Zegler also making that legendary statement of, I was in that dress for 18 hours a day, and I deserve to get paid for every hour I was in that dress. Thank God for that. Thank God for that, because we're still going to have a promotional tour in the lead up to this stuff, and that's going to be right around Christmas. Oh, it's going to be a gift in and of itself. But yes, Gadot posted to her Instagram stories a photo of the actor's chair labeled Evil Queen. Oh, maybe she just got that for her house when she's cutting together, IDF press clippings. Gadot also captioned the post, "Feels good to be back." Well, yeah, hopefully you got to take that home for you. But yeah, Evil Queen, and then yeah, it looks like a sticker of Maleficent, as far as I can tell. So he basically confirms reshoots for this thing. The image appears to confirm rumblings that the film would return for reshoots following reports that it was testing poorly and was a mess. The rumor about the poor test screenings and the film being a mess came in the wake of another rumor from Scooper, Daniel RPK, alleging that the film was being praised and that the movie was doing something different with the poison apple. Didn't hear about that at all, but okay. Cosmic Marvel reported on the scoop from Daniel RPK, writing on X, Disney's Snow White is reportedly doing something different with the poison apple. Oh my God, what? Using it to remove Rachel Zegler's voice. Okay, instead of her falling into a coma that can only be broken by the kiss of true love delivered by the prince, she ends up getting it stuffed in her box and she has to Kegel a whole glass of apple juice. No, that is different. Don't take that out of the realm of possibility. This is Disney in 2024, by the way. The film was also praised for being great. That's why it needs to go back for reshoots to make it even more greater. However, Empire City Box Office refuted the report. The user wrote, "I actually can refute the Daniel RPK report. This is why I pick and choose when we're talking about scoopers, because sometimes they're accurate with their assessment, and other times, well, they're pooper scoopers." As I said months ago, that it was in trouble before they moved it back a year, and actually is testing poorly, and those involved don't have much hope for it. Oof, the film's a mess and not working despite reshoots. I mean, I can't remember who the director is, but it's got such luminaries in the writing room As the one true visionary behind the Barbie film, Greta Gerwig, like, come on, man, it shouldn't be such a mess. It's not like she's a totally overrated hack. It's just all of these memories are just flooding back when Rachel Zegler was on a tear at the time. Boy, that was a fun part of 2023. The user had previously indicated in October that the film needed major help and extensive reshoots. He wrote, was going to hold back on this as it seems to have a narrative, but just bad timing. Hearing that 4 big budget films are all either disasters, about to happen or need extensive work to save them. I see one name that's right there that we can confirm ended up being a disaster. Oh, but in the best kind of way. The Marvels. Oh, wow. Didn't see that one. True. Snow White. Oh, The Webster. And Ballerina. All not working / need major help. Haven't heard a damn thing about this Ballerina. Oh no, that's the feminist offshoot of John Wick. Oh, I've heard bad things about that. Oh no. We've seen The Marvels. We've seen Madam Web. Okay. Walt Disney Company delayed the release of Snow White an entire year from March 22nd, 2024 to March 21st, 2025, at the end of October last year. Yes, the Hollywood Reporter's Pamela McClintock alleged that it was due to the actors and writer strike. But if everything was already planned out beforehand and, principal photography had already been basically done, why would you have to delay it an additional year? Oh, it's because it was really bad and it needed extensive reshoots. Cool. However, a report from the Daily Mail at the beginning of November 2023 alleged that the film was delayed because Disney is figuring out what the fuck do we do with this. An anonymous source told the outlet Disney had to delay Snow White because it had spent so much money on it. It's a financial disaster at the box office. It might single-handedly cripple future remakes and potential Snow White sequels that they have planned. I'm sorry, what? Are you going to do a Seven Dwarfs spin-off? Okay, instead of having them part of the marketing, you're just going to have those CGI abominations. One where you got, Dopey that looks more like the Mad TV kid than he ever has in history. And Doc, what are you doing with Doc? He looks crazy. They also have to remove themselves from the bad taste in the mouth of online critics and want to instead deliver a great film at the point where they're trying to get it right. But yeah, there's the big dress-wearing half Hispanic elephant in the room that they're gonna have to try to find a way, and no amount of media training is gonna go ahead and wipe that from anybody's mind. Rachel Zegler is an anchor around any production's neck that they attach themselves to. West Side Story, flop. Shazam 2, flop. For as much as those creeps don't want to admit it. Hunger Games, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, flop. Snow White, come on, man. There's already, even just take everything out of the context of this. Disney remakes have been in trouble for a minute now, just going back to Pandemic and all that crap. Who actually positively reviewed Mulan 2020 positively? That was atrocious. It was released on Disney Plus. They could go ahead and try to clean up any of the stench that would have been on that. That was an anomaly. Don't worry about that. Little Mermaid came out last year. How much money did that lose? Oh, right. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Snow White. Oh, that's going to be so much better. What about Mufasa getting ratioed into the ground the moment that trailer got released? That's coming out this Christmas. That ought to do exceedingly well, right? I know I'm forgetting a few in the interim, but long gone are the days where you could release Aladdin, Lion King, live-action remakes, and those make over $1 billion. The Little Mermaid, the beginning of the Disney Renaissance. The film, one of the films that helped save your company in its most dire hour. Now you're going to be remaking the film that launched your animation division in Snow White. You have a bunch of other plans that are out there. A live-action Hercules, which personally hurts me a lot, because that's probably it's in my top 5. I'd really have to figure out, what my top 5 favorite Disney films are. Original Toy Story's right up there. The Lion King, Aladdin's number 1. That's, indisputable. But Hercules is right up there. James Woods was perfect. Sean Astin as Hercules. And to think that some hack is just going to turn all of that stuff into lifeless, soulless corporate product and try to squeeze an Aquafina song into it. Disney is in trouble, man. But we've known this for a long time. But apparently they've got themselves into quite a pickle when it comes to this Snow White remake. And, well, You can keep on throwing money at your problems, but that's kind of been your problem in general, Disney. And find a way to stop the bleeding, and I don't really think that this is going to be the band-aid that you're looking for. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.